Hello guys, Adoxx Productions here, and welcome back to my second League of Legends guide. Today I will be covering the jungle and the jungle bot and stuff you can do over there. So there are two different ways you can jungle. First one is with a mana using champion, so you will start somewhere else, but I will show you in game right away. So after loading, two friends of mine were willing to help me out here. Just wait a few seconds for the wooden PC. So we're in game right now. So okay, you go to your shop, and the most common items junglers use are the hunter's machete. You purchase one and fill the rest up with potions, health potions. Okay, so I'm going to the walls right now. The walls are over here, and blue buff is over here. So if you have a mana depending champion in the jungle, the first or the second blue buff you use, you can take will be for you. The other one will be for your mid laner because he can use it late game and mid game. I'm going to use this one.
I would end this burden,
35 seconds, so I'm going to throw one over there. What your mid lane and top lane are going to do is cover the area, so the entrance here and over here, so they can protect you from counter ganking, counter jungling from the enemy team. So the walls respawn spawn at 1 minute and 30 seconds, so my top laner will be coming down at around 1 minute 35. As summoner spells, you're going to use Smite. No doubt about it, use Smite. It's not also for clearing your jungler faster, but it's also for clearing objects, making sure you have the objects, because it will deal true damage to enemy minions, making sure you can get them before they can be taken away by the enemy team. So the other stuff you're going to use is either flash, ghost, or something that suits you with your junglers. The top laner should not use, should not steal any of the buffs, columns, or anything else from your jungle camps. So as you can see, the neutral camps will attack the closest nearby champion that attacks them. Use your smite to last hit, and I'm going to explain the first pop you can use as a mana depending champion. So next up will be the raid camp, spawning also at 1 minute and 30 seconds. And after that you can go either back to walls and wait before your smite is up to do the lizard red buff. Okay, so I do these. You can also go to the columns right here, they're a little bit tougher than the others. So after taking them, your smite should be up after taking these ones. So I took flash because Maokai isn't that depending on running faster. So okay, now I have this. I'm going to level up my sapling toss because it will deal damage to all enemies in front of me and making jungling much easier for me. So I'm going through all my potions right now. I'm not the best jungler out there, but it's always good to get some tips. So you can see top lane is fighting pretty hard. I'm going there right now. So I'm going to take the wolves, so I'm be level 3 and I have my stomach right there. The blue buff and the red buff give different boosts to your champion. The biggest difference is the red buff will slow and burn your enemy over time, so it will deal damage over time and slow him every time you attack him.
I cannot control.
top laner has been gone right now. So we either wait for him, or we either go back farming or counter jungle. I think he went base, so I'm going to check his jungle. So obviously there will be a full jungler over there because we're only 2 versus 1 to show you what it does. I'm going to use... I'm going to use a non-mana champion in the jungle and show you which jungle paths you can use on that one. So, smite one away. Try to last hit with your smite. It will level up with your champion. So when you level up, it will deal more damage. I think 780 is the most damage it will deal.
This life was not meant to be.
Just waiting over here. Going to let him push. And we have first blood. So okay, that's it for the mana jungling champions. That's basically the most common path, so I'm going over it right again. So 1 minute 30 your wolves will spawn. You go over here, you get help from your mid lane and your top lane. They will cover your jungle for protection. Then you go to the blue buff, you take it, you get mana regen and cooldown reduction from that buff. It spawns at 1 minute and 55 seconds. It will respawn at 5 or 6 minutes, not pretty sure. But I will be able to tell you in the next part of this video with the other jungling champion. So that was a fail last hit. Okay, so that's it for this part. Second part is coming right away. And we're back for part 2. So now I took not mana depending champion. Lee Sin is not mana depending. He's using what's it called? Energy or something like that. He will be his bar will not be blue but yellow, and it will fill up much faster. So champions like Lee Sin will be starting at red buff. So the buff at the other side. The thing you do over there is you start with the raid camp. First thing you do is pick up the hunter's machete and your potions. Letting your mid laner know you're going over there. Your mid laner will probably be covering this side. AD carry and support champions will be covering over here.
Waste not a minute.
So I'm moving over there right now. So, as I told you before, red buff spawns here, raids spawn here. Same thing goes with the walls as with the raids. So they spawn at 1 minute and 40 seconds.
Quiet steps.
And the red buff spawns at 1 minute and 55 seconds. I took an AoE skill. It will damage all enemies around him. All enemies in this circle around him. So I'm going to wait over here. I'm going to dance. Golems, walls,
30 seconds until minions
blue
spawn.
buff. Okay. So Diana, is she called Diana? I think she's called Diana. Yeah. Will be helping me out on the raid
We
camp.
do what we must.
She will also deal damage, but do not steal. Will not steal any creeps from me, because you're really relying on this experience you get from the creeps. Okay,
I
so
will
almost there.
Minions have spawned.
10 seconds to go. So what you can do is try to get your blue buff or red buff smiteless. So you can go counter jungle much faster. Okay, what he did is steal 3 minions.
Their heartbeats quicken.
And it will cost me a lot of experience. Will be just in time for the red buff.
Right.
Time your smite good. this. Always tank your players that help you. I took my Sonic Wave, which means I'm going to
Master yourself. Master
for
the
an early
enemy.
gank on mid lane. Ganking is attacking from the bush over here. I'm not expecting. So I'm waiting for my opportunity to strike. Okay, and he's pushing a little bit.
Extend your senses.
You can see we pick up first blood.
Quiet steps.
He did die because I asked him to die, but as you can see what happened over there is he got flames around him, just like the walls right here,
Worry
and that's
not.
because of the red buff you've got. You will deal damage to them with your red buff and slow them down, as I told before. So now I'm going to clear the
We
blue
do what
buff.
we
Did a
must.
fail Sonic Wave over here.
I've seen
And here you go, you have your red buff and blue buff, and you're ready to gank if your potions are okay. So I told you before, I'm not the best jungler. I've been out of the game for a month or two,
Master
so I've
yourself.
lost
Master the
the
enemy.
grip of the game. But I'm going to practice a lot more. So I'm going back in for a gank. And we pick up the second kill, so I fed my mid lane right here. That's GG for us mid lanes, you will not have that much trouble. Okay, so that's basically it for this tutorial. The things you can do to make your jungler better is mastery and runes. I will be explaining them in another tutorial. Annotation will be on the screen for that tutorial. Click on it if you want to have more information. I'm going to cover some things right now. So, in your masteries you will be able to get points from utility, which will give you a slight advantage in the jungle. One of them is if you smite. Doesn't matter if you kill the enemy minion or neutral minion, you will get 10 gold from it anyways. You will always get 10 gold because of that mastery. And there is also another mastery in
Find
the
your
utility
center.
tree. That's one of the 3 trees in your masteries. It will increase the durations of your buff. If you use them, your buffs will be 10 or 20% longer.
Extend
So
your
if you
senses.
hover over your buffs, you can see what they actually do. So 20% cooldown reductions and mana regen. Not really that important on Lee Sin, because his energy is refilling much faster than mana. So, okay, if you guys have questions, don't mind asking them. I will be very happy to help you out on that. If you have any questions for new tutorials, let me know and I will try to help you out on that one too. So, this was my jungle guide on League of Legends. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up, share on Facebook and Twitter, and add to your favorites. Thank you for watching. This was Adoxx.